Hello again, football fans. Welcome to Friday Night Varsity Flashback. This is Aaron Schoonmaker. We got highlights from East Bladen against Tarboro, as well as Wallace Rose Hill at North Edgecombe. Winners this weekend go on to the state championship game. But first, we're going to toss it over to Rachel, who has the New Hanover highlights.
Thanks, Aaron. We're out here at Campbell where the 5th-seeded Wildcats are taking on number 2, Harnett Central. New Hanover coming into this matchup 11-3, while the Trojans still unbeaten at 14-0. A trip to the 4A state championship on the line. Let's see how the Wildcats did.
37-0 Harnett Central in the first quarter when Gerard Fears gets the call again, taking in this score from 5 yards out. Coach Kevin Motzinger tries to rally his Wildcats as they head out on defense. The defense would do well throughout the game, forcing the Trojans to punt here. Montreal Sweet's return would put the Wildcats in good field position late in the second quarter. But the Trojans have a good defense too, as Tevin Mishu gets stuffed at the line. The Wildcats kept the drive going at the start of the second quarter, and it's Mishu again. On the next play, the Wildcats stick with him, and it pays off as he takes the option pitch around the left and into the end zone for a 13-yard score. That made it 14-7 Trojans, but the Wildcats would struggle on offense after that. Later in the quarter, they had a 42-yard field goal attempt from Nick Esquire, but he misses, and it's still 14-7 at the half. Now, in the third, the Wildcats are driving again, but Jordan Betts misses the pitch to Mishu, and he recovers the fumble for a loss. The Wildcats try Mishu again, but he doesn't get far. Esquire comes back on to try another field goal, but he misses again. New Hanover couldn't get enough offense going and fouled in this one 17-7. The Wildcats finished the year 11-4.
Now let's pass it back to Aaron for the rest of the highlights from the Eastern Finals.
East Bladen had a lot going for them heading into Friday's game against 6th seed and visiting Tarboro, notably a perfect season and home field advantage. But the Vikings traveled well and retreated to a game full of big plays and turnovers. On the opening drive, after already picking up one first down, Ricky Dozier gets lost in the pack, keeps his legs moving, and scampers his way to a 45-yard, 6-point reward. But I said the game was full of big plays and turnovers, and on the next Tarboro drive, a big play leads to a turnover, as Saquon Johnson plays the bigger man and rips the ball away from Brandon Dozier. Ensuing Eagles drive, and sophomore quarterback Deron Bruni drops this pass over the DBs and into the hands of Michael Riggins for the equalizer. Just 3 plays later, the East Bladen defense comes up with another takeaway as Jemias Williams does not get protection on his blind side and Antonio Murchison lights him up. Travis Dennis recovers and on the very next play, Bruni goes for the home run and connects with Johnson. East Bladen took their first lead of the game at that point. But Tarboro went back to work with the big play. Demarius Harper wastes no time getting through the hole and into open space on his way to a chunk of yards before being tapped out by Johnson, who had an excellent game on both sides of the ball. Harper then found room on the left edge and walked in for a score to knot things up. East Bladen later fumbled in the first half, leading to another Harper score, and the Vikings were able to get a second-half touchdown and a goal line stop with 5 minutes to play to oust East Bladen and advance to the 2A state title game. To Wallace Rose Hill now, where the Bulldogs were heavy favorites and showed why against North Edgecombe. After giving up a score on the game's second play, the Dogs marched down and took the lead on this Omar Carr run that he finishes at the goal line. The defense, who held Northcombe in check after that early score, helped set up the offense with a short field. For Carr, if 1 was good, 2 is better, as he uses some nifty footwork to weave through traffic and find the end zone once again. Carr wasn't finished on the day, but a little sharing never hurts. First, Devontae Herring finds a seam as part of a backfield with 3,000-yard rushers. Derek Dunn gets his chance, and Carr breaks off yet another score. He finished with 150 yards and 4 touchdowns on the night, as Wallace Rose Hill advances to the 1A final next week, where they will meet Mount Airy. In other scores, Southwest Onslow rolled over Goldsboro 42-6. They will play Albemarle in the 1AA championship game next week. Well, that's going to do it for us with Friday Night Varsity Flashback. Be sure to tune in Wednesday when Rachel previews the state championship games. But until then, stay tuned to StarNewsOnline.com and Star News Varsity for all your prep needs.